Hello, welcome friends and spiritual travelers. This is Mystic Owl. I'm here with another pick a card reading for you today. Today's theme is your November 2011 forecast. I know it's already 1 week into November, but it's still early days, so let's see what the month of November has for you. We have 3 piles for you to choose from today. We have pile number 1 with the ametrine spear. Pile 2 is the sodalite heart. And pile 3 is the leopard jasper. So as per usual, please use your intuition to choose a pile. Remember, it is a general reading, so take that which resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Just before we get started, I want to send a special shout out to my good friend Michael, who gifted me some tarot dice, these beautiful tarot dice that I've been wanting to add to my collection for a very long time. So I'm very excited to use them in this reading for once. I'll put them in a bag and I'll draw out 3 or 4 and see what comes up. So, please choose a pile and let's get started to find out what's coming your way in the month of November 2021. Hello, pile 1. You have the aventurine spear or tower. Let's find out what's coming your way in the month of November 2021. So we got a zodiac card, along with a planet card to start. We're going to use these cards as the general theme of the month for you to get an idea about what you might be experiencing. Then we'll move on to some tarot dice. I'll put them in a bag and I'll draw out 3 or 4 and give them a roll and see what comes up. And we'll end with some oracle cards for you. Anyway, let's get started. So your zodiac sign is Scorpio. It says here, this energy is intense, masterful, thoughtful, and magnetically charming, but also secretive and possessive. Interesting. That's cool because the start of November is actually in Scorpio, so it's probably a very significant, poignant month for you, I think, pile 1. The fact that Scorpios come out whilst we're in November, and this reading is for the month of November, I think, is highly significant. I get the vibe that this is probably a month that you will remember for some time. It may be a month where you are dealing with some emotional issues or delving deep into your psyche to deal with some issues or healing that you need to do. Scorpio tends to deal with the unconscious, but also with deep emotions. So whatever it is that you're going through, I think it's probably something that you will remember in time. And your planet card, is Venus. Lovely. The part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. Okay, so that's really interesting. Venus and Scorpio. Well, let's start with love. Venus in Scorpio has you really becoming quite intensely attracted to somebody. There's a tendency potentially to maybe over commit in terms of like reading into too much somebody's like intentions towards you. You may feel as if any sort of like deep conversation or spiritual conversation, any sort of flirtatious attention towards you, maybe is something that means more than possibly what it does. But I also see Venus and Scorpio, if you're currently in a relationship, this definitely tells me that it's a month where I think things are going to get very, very intense. And there's definitely going to be a lot of like intense attraction and, sexual desire between you. Venus, the ruler of all things beauty and aesthetics, generally tends to indicate to me that this might be a month where like that spark of attraction is reignited for your partner and things kind of hot up, if you know what I mean. But also Scorpio, who are a water sign, they're very emotional and quite spiritual too. I think this could be a month where you just sort of dive deeper into getting to know your partner a little bit better. If you're single and you're currently out sort of looking around to meet someone, or maybe there's someone that you're currently dating, it's a month where I think you probably have a good chance of getting to know them a little bit better and starting to appreciate what that other person has to offer towards you. But I also sense it's a month too for starting to allow yourself to actually like really delve deep into some of your daily pleasures, whether it be, say, like reading a good book or enjoying a fine meal, getting a lot more pleasure and satisfaction out of the simple things that come your way this month. So generally, I think it's probably a very good month to do some inner healing with Scorpio here, who tends to sort of really delve deep into their emotions and wants to understand what's going on in their psyche a little bit better. It's a good chance for you to work through those things, with Venus here being the divine feminine, the ability to heal and to give yourself some time to work through any challenges that may come your way. But also just, I think, a really good time to really delve deep into getting to know your partner a little bit better, or just enjoying the relationships that you have around you. So that's what I'm getting for you to start with, pile one. Just going to see if anything else comes to mind. I am also sensing that it might be a month for you, pile one, where you actually just are really enjoying life and having a good time. As I mentioned, Venus does rule like beauty and aesthetics. Is all about pleasure seeking. And Scorpio is about intense emotions and really sort of throwing themselves like intensely into those things that they enjoy. This could be just a month where you're really having a good time, and things are sort of working out for you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for you. So let's move on to the tarot section of the reading. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I have these beautiful new tarot dice from my friend Michael. I'm very, very appreciative of them. I'm looking forward to using them for the first time in a reading. So I'm going to shuffle them around and draw 3 or 4 of them out, and then we'll give them a roll and see what comes up. 1, 2, 3. And I'm also new to them too. So you have the 5 of Pentacles here, which is really interesting. So the 5 of Pentacles tends to represent, a time of struggle where you might be having some financial issues, or you just feel a little bit isolated and alone. But in terms of what I was saying earlier with Scorpio and Venus here, I just have a feeling Scorpio tends to delve deep into their emotions and really likes to work on their inner healing, on their spiritual journey. This might be a really good time this month to actually address any issues that have been holding you back in the past, dealing with, say, financial matters, or if you've been feeling just a little bit down and alone, as if there's no one around to help you, or maybe you've been feeling like abandoned by, say, your friends, or you've lost a partner recently or something. This month might be a time where you get a chance to actually reflect on what happened with that relationship or those experiences, and to get a better idea about why it happened and what you need to do to move forward. The 5 of Pentacles in the standard Rider-Waite Tarot is the 2 men, unfortunately, out in the snow, in the cold. They're very cold. They don't have much wrapped around them. One of them is on crutches, actually, sort of hobbling past a church where there's like warmth and light and vibrancy. And they could, if they only looked up, they could see that there's help just nearby, right next to them, So the positive of the 5 of Pentacles is that you will move on from this. The next is the 6 of Pentacles, where you start getting things into balance a little bit again. So if you've been through a bit of a rough phase, pile one, recently, whether it be financially, or you've just been feeling a little bit down or alone, just know that a little bit of reflection this time, delving deep into your psyche and actually allowing yourself to be a little bit kinder to yourself with Venus here. Remember, Venus is like all about love and beauty. Sharing some love to yourself, I think, will allow you to understand maybe why you've been through certain things, and give you that insight about what it is you need to do to change these things that maybe haven't been working out for you. You have the Hierophant. I had to use the guidebook to find out what these symbols are, because I've never used it before. But this is the Hierophant. Major Arcana. I suspect this one also is a Major Arcana. My guess is that's the Wheel of Fortune. So you've got 2 Major Arcana here. Let's find out what that is, actually. And yes, it is the Wheel of Fortune. Excellent. That's good news. So you have the Hierophant and the Wheel of Fortune. 2 Major Arcana. once again indicates that this is going to be a very significant month, because major arcana are major life lessons in our life. They're experiences that we're meant to go through in order to grow and evolve. And both of these are very powerful major arcana. The Hierophant indicates spiritual wisdom, becoming a teacher, being able to impart knowledge and wisdom onto other people. It's ruled by Taurus, who in turn is ruled by Venus, So once again, I just sense that this is a month where you're feeling a lot kinder to yourself, even though I sense in the past you've been going through a bit of a rough phase with the Five of Pentacles here. Maybe you have been feeling a little bit down and out, a little bit lost. You may have been having some financial issues, as I said earlier. I just sense that, there's a bit of earth energy here with Taurus too. I'm sensing you're going to gain the insight and the wisdom and the understandings about what it is that you need to do in terms of actually overcoming any challenges that you may have, like working out what it is that you need to do slowly over time to make things better, and getting that confidence and that inspiration to change anything that's not working for you in the month of November. Delving deep into any issues that have been just niggling in the background, things that maybe you've just not wanted to deal with in the past. I think you're getting that motivation this month with the Wheel of Fortune here to turn things around and to go into 2022 with a better view, a better mindset is what I'm seeing for you, Pile 1. But with the Wheel of Fortune here too, and the Hierophant, this is really indicating to me like a turn of fortune, that your luck is turning around with Venus here, all about pleasure and sensuality. I'm just sensing that this month is going to be a start of a new phase where things get better for you and you start to see the blessings in all of your minor experiences, I think with Taurus, earth energy, it's about sitting down and actually allowing yourself to see the pleasure in all of those little things, really enjoying the flavors of a good meal, mindfully watching a movie when you're sitting down with your friends and family, reacquainting yourself with those people that you love and getting out of this mindset of being alone, possibly. But also, potentially, with Earth energy here and the Wheel of Fortune, this could be an indication that your fortune is turning around too, that if you've been going through a bit of a rough phase in your past, maybe you lost your job or you've just been having a lot of bills and financial struggles recently, I am sensing that with a little bit of hard work, things are going to start falling into place. And potentially there's a potential here for a windfall of money. You may be coming into money from Christmas, possibly. Some friends and family might be gifting you some money. You might be getting a raise in your job. But I just sense that this is a month where good things are going to start happening for you, is what I'm seeing. So that's really positive news for you, Pile 1, because I just sense that maybe it hasn't been so easy in your recent past. So lucky you. Moving on from that, let's get some further insight and wisdom from the Moonology cards to see what Spirit has to say. Spirit, can we please get a couple of cards for pile number 1, who are coming out of a bit of a dark phase and starting to really delve deep into any issues that they may be having, and changing their mindset and seeing the blessings for it, coming into some good fortune. Ooh, there's one card for you. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 1, who are getting really lucky here with the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, you have the Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move. Okay. And your other card here is step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. All right, this is really asking you. These two cards are basically saying that maybe there's something that you've always been wanting to do, pile 1, or maybe there's something that you know that you should be doing that will change your current mentality and the spiraling of bad luck that you may have been having in your recent past. I just sense that maybe you've been afraid to take that next step. There might be fear holding you back, potentially fear of judgment, fear of failure, and I know all about that, absolutely. Just doubting yourself a little bit. But these two cards are really saying that if you put yourself out there and make that move, take that step that you know you need to take, things are really going to work out for you. Come out of your comfort zone. It's a way for you to progress forward. So I think you already know, pile 1, what it is that you need to do in order to change any bad luck or bad experiences that you've been having. It might even be also about reaching out to other people and potentially getting insight from somebody else that you trust and really admire. The Hierophant can also indicate a spiritual teacher or somebody that I guess is just a little bit older and wiser than you, that might be able to help you out or give you some advice that you know will be good for you. It may not be what you want to hear necessarily, but I think right now is the time to take that step and to do the things that you know you need to do that will change your luck for the better, that will turn your luck around, or even potentially ask someone for advice about changing bad habits or seeking assistance from somebody else. But be bold and take that first move. It's all about you going after the things that you want and believing in yourself. That's what I'm getting from those cards, pile one. And that will lead to some really positive and beautiful experiences is what I'm seeing with the Wheel of Fortune and Venus there. This is really quite a beautiful reading, but it's about you taking charge during the month of November. To get a closeout reading, or a closeout message, let's see what the universe has to say from the Universe Has Your Back deck. Spirit, can we please get a closeout message for pile number one, who are learning to take control of their life in the month of November? I am the dreamer of my dreams. Yes, if you want your dreams to come true, pile one, with Scorpio there, who really delve deep into the unconscious, you can make it happen. What is it that you want to happen in your life? What is it that you wish to come true during 2022? What do you want to start doing now so that you can make next year a better year for you? It's all about getting the confidence to believe that that dream can come true and going after it. And I believe in you. That's all I have for you. What a beautiful reading for you. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful month and a beautiful day. And let's move on to pile two. Hello, welcome pile two. You have the lovely sodalite heart. Let's see if that's a positive omen for you, pile two. Put that right there. Let's find out what's going on for you in the month of November 2021. Your zodiac sign card is Libra. Interesting. So we've just come out of the Libra season and now moved into Scorpio season if you're watching this at the start of November. It says here, this energy is diplomatic and gracious. It seeks harmony and balance in relationships. Okay. Well, that's a positive omen in the sense you've got the sodalite heart and Libra, which is all about relationships, really. Libra is the first sign of the other in astrology. It's the first sign of focusing on people outside of our own self. It's about relationships, not just intimate relationships, but about the relationships with those people that you may work with, those people that are in your life all of the time, giving yourself over to other people and learning through exchanging in relationships, essentially growing from our experiences from other people. So this could be a month that if you're currently in a relationship, this potentially means that it might be a significant month taking a next step forward in that relationship, or just a month where something significant happens. And if you're not in a relationship and you're looking for love, then this is a good sign with the sodalite heart there and the Libra card. But let's get an idea. Libra also has a tendency to stand up for what they believe in. You can see here it has the scales, which is all about justice and balance and harmony. There may also be a strong tendency during this month in Scorpio season to really delve deep into the things that you believe in and to stand up for the things that you believe in. Kind of, in a way, not taking any BS from people, I'm sensing, pile two. But your planet card, is Neptune. Your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. Okay. So what I am getting from these two cards with Libra and Neptune is, this is kind of like idealism, really, about fantasizing about how good or what you perceive to be the best possible scenario for each and every aspect of your life. Fantasizing about the perfect partner during the month of November. Fantasizing about how your relationship could be or what maybe you feel it should be. Dreaming about what it is that you want from life and in the future, in a way. Dreaming about your ideal world, what you feel needs to change in the world for it to be like a beautiful, loving place that you want it to be, in a way. But just a reminder too that even though Neptune is all about dreams and fantasies, it delves into the subconscious, the unconscious, the 12th house. It rules the 12th house in Pisces. It can also deal with a little bit of illusion. So try not to get into a trap of like overcommitting or reading into things too far in the month of November, remembering that we are in Scorpio season, which is all about like really delving deep into the unconscious and trying to work out what needs to change in our lives in a way. So don't read too much into things or don't get too far ahead of yourself, I think is the message there. But moving on from that, I do sense that this is a month that you have the potential to really work on any relationships that are important in your life, pile 2. If you're in a loving relationship, this with Neptune here, which is a really sort of fantastical, beautiful, like loving, enigmatic energy, this relationship could just, it could blossom, or you could go into a phase in November where you just feel a lot of affection for each other and enjoy each other's company a lot. If you are single and looking for love, there's a potential, I think, to really like maybe get a lot of crushes on people that you may meet, or open the potential to open your heart up to the possibility of love, which I think is really beautiful, pile 2. But as I mentioned earlier, just a reminder to not delve too deep and to not read into things that maybe aren't quite true. Libra is also ruled by Venus, which is a very loving, feminine energy too. It's all about beauty and aesthetics. So I do sense that this is just going to be a month similar to pile 1, where you're really just going to enjoy a lot of the finer aspects in life. But with Libra ruling relationships, this is probably more significant in your closer, intimate relationships, spending time with those people that you love and that you get the most out of, like your friends and family. All of those things are going to bring out a lot of joy in your life right now, I think, for you, pile 2. So that's really, really beautiful. I love that you also have the heart here. So I just think it's a month of love and pleasure for you, really. And really seeing and believing in the magic and all of those beautiful relationships that you hold dear to your heart. Beautiful. Moving on from that, let's move on to the tarot section of the reading. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I've got these beautiful tarot dice. I've never used them in a reading before, so I'm very excited to use them. I'm going to put them in here, draw out 3 die, and then we'll roll them and see what Spirit has to say for you. 1, 2, 3. Instantly I see here the 7 of Cups. Now that's really interesting, because the 7 of Cups is very similar to Neptune and your fantasies and the potential for illusion. The 7 of Cups tends to represent many, many different options and not really knowing which one to choose from. It can also be about maybe over idealizing some of those options and getting too caught up in like the fantasy of what may or may not happen. So there's really a strong message here, pile 2, to be a little bit mindful of allowing your fantasies to go too far, to try and keep it real in reality, not to read into things that people say or those little like winks or beautiful looks that somebody gives you as flirtation, to believe that it is something more than what it really is. Probably just to take a moment to actually assess whether the thoughts that you're having are actually real, or to make sure that you check up and to investigate things more thoroughly before you rush into things, is what I'm getting here. But the 7 of Cups is also a positive, it's a positive card in the sense that you have a lot of options available. So if you are single and looking for love, I just sense this is a month where you're going to have a lot of fun flirting with new people and actually getting out and meeting new people, which is really exciting. In the realms of like your work and career, there might be some new options available to you, or the potential to work on new projects or something, to take that next step forward on a project that you're working on, to make it, to take it on and to make it your own, I'm seeing. You also have the 9 of Pentacles, which is a beautiful card indicating independence. This really suggests to me that you've been doing a lot of hard work recently in all aspects of your life, pile 2. Definitely in relationships with Libra, you might have been spending a lot of time like with the people that you care about and working on those important relationships recently. Potentially in your partnership, if you're in a relationship, you've been spending a lot of time with your partner and really like investing in that relationship to make it the best it possibly can be. And I think you're probably getting to a point where you're starting to see the results of all that work that you've been putting in. The Nine of Pentacles, though, for me, it's the independent woman in tarot. She's done all the hard work, and now she's basking in the glory of like all that she's achieved, and she's proud of what she's achieved too. It's almost as if she's on holidays, like out in nature and just living her best life. So I just see this being a period where you're going to start to feel really great about yourself and all of those things that you've been working on. You may actually have some financial blessings coming your way. You may get a promotion at work, as I touched on earlier, or some money just suddenly comes on your path, and you're feeling good about life, is what I'm seeing. And interesting, also, you also have the death card, or the death symbol. I'm not sure why I'm not sure why a single circle represents death in these on the tarot dice, but that's what it is. It almost reminds me of a ring, like in terms of commitment. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to intuit a message here that if you are in a relationship and you've been working hard on it, you're starting to see the beauty and the blessings, reaping the rewards of all that time that you spent on working on your relationship. There is a potential here for, a step forward, a commitment, a proposal, potentially I'm seeing for you in the month of November, pile 2, if that's what you're after. But the death card tends to represent a change, right? So I guess if you get married, that's a change from one aspect of your life to another. It's about like a change in your life that you can't go back from, even though you can get divorced, but let's hope that doesn't happen. The death is a major change that we can't revert back to. So that this is an indication that there may be a sudden change in your reality. With the Nine of Pentacles, I sense that this could be a positive change. And with the Seven of Cups there's an indication with these three symbols that you have a few choices to make some big positive changes in your life. That's what I'm seeing. There's some options out there that has the potential to be like really significant in taking your life towards what you want your life to be. If you could be living your best independent life, the month of November with Neptune here and the ability to fantasize and to yearn for the things that you really want, is really suggesting that you could make some big positive changes that, you'll never turn back from, that you'll never regret, is what I'm getting. So go after it, absolutely. Take a chance on yourself and put yourself first, is what I'm seeing from these cards, pile 2. On another note too, I do see the potential I just really am seeing like the possibility for a big change in your relationship status too. Death can also represent like the end of something. If you're currently in a relationship that's not working, maybe now is the time for you to get out and to meet new people, potentially. Like there's some better options out there. I'm just seeing big changes in relationships, whether that be a commitment or potentially a breakup, if you think that that's probably what's best for you, pile 2. Remember, this is a general reading, so a lot of different people are seeing this and getting different messages from it. So take what resonates for you. Moving on from that, let's get some messages from the Moonology cards to see what Spirit has to say. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for pile number 2, who are on the cusp of some big changes and potentially some independence too. Once again, as I said earlier, the Nine of Pentacles represents an independent woman. So this may indicate that now's the time for you, potentially pile 2, to take a stand on your own and to see what it's like to be single again. I am also seeing that you are somebody that's probably very, very independent in general, that stands up for your beliefs, that likes to go after the things that you want and doesn't let anybody hold you back in a way. So there's something that's been bothering you in the past, maybe at work, or a family member has just been getting on your back. I think the month of November is a time where you just say, look, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I want things to be as good as they possibly can, and I'm not putting up with any bullshit, basically. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 2, who are on the verge of making some big changes, I see. There you go. Woo. Okay, you have the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. As I said, go after the things you want, absolutely. And once again, Aries indicates to me like confidence and self-belief, which really goes along well with the Nine of Pentacles here. And the death card, the death card, I should say, like making big changes, big bold changes, going after the things that you want, or even like just cutting people off if you know they're not right for you anymore. And you also have the gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goals. Okay. Ooh. Well, that really goes well with what I was saying earlier about starting to see the rewards for all of the efforts you may have been putting into your relationships or into your work projects. I just sense that maybe like you've been really working quite hard and focusing very intently on the things that are most important to you recently. And I think in the month of November, you're going to start to see the rewards for all of that effort. The Nine of Pentacles is a strong indication that like things are going really, really well for you and you're feeling really good about your own success and your achievements, pile too. And with the new moon in Aries, it's time to take action. I just sense that you've been doing that anyway. You are a go-getter, I say. This is absolutely a group that really likes to go after the things that they want and is quite committed to helping and assisting other people, I see. And this month, I think, is going to be a month where you really see like a lot of success coming your way, which is really beautiful leading into 2022. That's a good positive omen for you. Let's get a closeout message for you, pile 2, from the Universe Has Your Back deck. Spirit, can we please get a closeout message for pile number 2? I know this reading's been a little bit all over the place. I just am sensing some big changes as the overarching theme is what I'm getting. With Libra here, it could be changes in your relationship or potentially it's about like standing up for what you believe in, you know. But big positive changes too. Remember, Libra is ruled by Venus, which is all about love and aesthetics, and you've got the heart here. So changes that I think are going to make you feel a lot better about yourself and have a lot of self-love, which is represented by the Nine of Pentacles. So it's a good positive month for you, pile 2. Good for you. A closeout message, please, Spirit, for pile number 2. Oh, there it is. I am love, and miracles are natural. That's beautiful. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. That's lovely. I just think this is a reminder to like take some time to remind yourself how amazing you are, pile 2, and how much success you've already had in your recent past. Like to take some time to appreciate what you've already achieved and let that be your motivation to keep moving forward. And with Aries, it's time to take action. You've got the confidence and the ability to make big things happen next year. Beautiful reading for you. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful month in November and a beautiful day. And let's move on to pile 3. Hello, welcome pile 3. You have the Leopard Jasper. Let's find out what's coming your way in the month of November 2001. So we'll start with your zodiac and planet cards to get an overarching theme of the month for you. Ooh, you have Sagittarius. Now that's really fascinating. So the other two piles had Scorpio and Libra. So we just finished Libra season. We're now currently in Scorpio season. The end of November is Sagittarian season. So that's really fascinating. I suspect that the end of the month is going to be a very significant, memorable time for you, pile 3. And with Sagittarius, it's all about moving forward, positive movement, believing in yourself, going after the things that they want. Sagittarians are very, very driven individuals. They have a lot of self-belief. They're all about expansion and growth. They want to expand their mind. They want to experience everything they can and learn through their experiences. So I just sense that this is probably a month where you're going to take some big, bold steps, probably later in the month even, and put yourself out there. You can see like the sun shining bright from the warrior's head here. This is really indicating to me that it's a time where I think you'll feel really, really good about yourself. You may actually have some sort of like success. Maybe something happens at work that you are sort of recognized for. Or you're just in a phase where you're feeling good about yourself, you're feeling healthy and positive. Interesting. Okay. And you have the planet of Saturn, the part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. Gain wisdom. Okay, that's really interesting because Sagittarians are all about, as I mentioned earlier, gaining wisdom and knowledge through their experiences. They're all about spirituality and higher learning, putting themselves out there, learning new things. So What I'm getting for you from these two cards, pile 3, is it's kind of a cliche, but hard work leads to success, I think. This is a month where I think if you dedicate yourself to a certain path, whether it be in work, a certain goal that you want to achieve, your own personal projects, maybe working on a certain relationship that's very intimate and dear to you. If you're studying, working really, really hard on your studies, I know that November is generally a month of exams, the final end of term exams. So there's a strong indication here that if you're a student or if you're working on a certain project and you put a lot of hard work in and study really hard, you put a lot of hours into your work, then you're going to have a lot of success and see a lot of rewards. It's a month where I think you'll be quite pleasantly surprised by what you manage to achieve, by how much you dedicate yourself to the things that you're working on. So that's what I'm getting for you. Hard work leads to success for the month of November. And it will lead to you feeling really great about yourself because, you know, it allows you to see how much amazing things you can achieve when you actually like dedicate yourself to things. So that's the message I'm getting for you for the month of November. Pile 3, if you have a birthday in Sagittarius, or even in November, happy birthday. There's also some strong masculine energy here, with Saturn being like, I guess, the older disciplinarian, Sagittarius being the archer. Strong masculine energy in terms of like taking action after the things that are important to you and being really, really dedicated and sticking to your goals in a sense. Not letting anything get in your way, not allowing distractions to guide you off your path, in a sense. There's also a potential that somebody maybe slightly older and more wise, somebody that's been through a lot of like hardships in their life could come into your life to give you some like positive guidance about what step to take next, or to show you the way, to throw that arrow and to give you that direction that you may need. So keep an eye out for someone that that's willing to like impart some higher wisdom that might help you on your journey, pile 3. But generally a positive reading. I think the overarching message is hard work and discipline will reap the rewards that you are looking for, and then allow you to feel really, really good about yourself, you know, and let you see what you can achieve. But moving on from that, let's get on to the tarot section of the reading. So as I mentioned earlier, I've got these beautiful tarot die from a friend of mine, and I'm really excited to use them for the first time in a reading. So I'm going to put them in a bag and shuffle them. I'm going to keep that one because it flew out of my hand, and I think that's significant. And see what die we get. There's number 2, and there's number 3. Is that a roll? Ooh, we have the 5 of Swords. Okay. We have the 2 of Swords. And we also have the 6 of Cups. Now that's really interesting. You've got two Swords cards here, the 5 and 2 of Swords. Swords representing your mind. It represents air, which is very fast-paced, fast-moving. The 5 of Swords tends to represent like maybe having a challenge to overcome, also having a battle with people around you. Generally, it represents like winning at all costs and being a little bit ruthless. And the 2 of Swords is an indication of deliberation, not knowing which path to choose. You might be in a phase right now, pile 3, where you have a major decision to make and you're kind of battling in your mind about which way to go. You're vacillating back and forth. Or potentially you're having an argument or a battle with somebody at work or around you about what's best to do on a certain project or which way to go on a certain path in a way. I just sense that answer will come to you very, very soon. Or I am also sensing too that there might be a need for you to be a little bit more open to other suggestions and to take other people's opinions on, not to rush to like cutting them off or to dismissing anything that they may have to say, just to be a little bit more open to receiving like feedback or criticism in the month of November. I just am also getting a message here that you have a major decision to make, and maybe you're a little bit unsure about what it is that you need to do. Noting that the overarching theme here is all about hard work and discipline that will lead to the result that you're after. If this is related to some sort of like goal that you have in mind and you're not sure what it is, I really am just sensing that maybe you already know. And what I'm getting from these two die is that during this month, don't take the easy way out. There's a message I'm receiving for you, pile 3. There might be a temptation potentially to skip a step or to do something else that sort of may achieve the same result. But I think in the long run, you'll find that you'd be much more satisfied and you get a better result if you do what you know you need to do and to just stick to the hard work and to do it the tried and true way, I'm seeing. To not take any shortcuts or to not. Also, I'm seeing here too to not allow your mind to overthink and ruminate on what potentially could go wrong. To stay in the moment and to work towards your goal one step at a time is what I'm seeing too. With 5 of Swords here, this can indicate that maybe you can be a little bit hard on yourself too sometimes. And Saturn here is all about overcoming challenges, right? So you might be going through a bit of a phase right now where you're just doubting your own abilities or feeling like maybe you're not sure if what you're doing is correct. But I'm just seeing if you stick to it right now with the 6 of Cups here too, which is all about, reflecting on your past and feeling good about what you have. Sixes are all about balance and harmony generally. The 6 of Cups is the tarot card with the 2 kids out in the field, one and the boy's giving the girl like a cup of flowers. They're just having a really good time. It's a really beautiful message of like allowing that inner child to come out again. So what I'm getting with these 3 is just to like try to have fun in the moment with whatever it is that you're working on. You may be going through a bit of a hard time right now or having some self-doubt about a certain challenge or something that you're working on. If you're studying at the moment, maybe you're doubting your ability to do well. But it's all about like just focusing on the moment and being disciplined. And I think in time you'll see that you're going to be so proud of what you achieve. Like look at the Archer here in this card. The sun is shining bright from his mind, right? He gets his mind right and really sees what he gets his mind right and really sees what he can do when he continues to work on the things that he needs to work on. So self-belief, try not to allow your mind to race and to get in the way of what it is that you need to achieve. That's the message I'm getting for you. And also be open to like receiving some positive advice from people that may have been through what you're going through right now, because wisdom is supposed to be shared and we're supposed to help each other out during these times. I think you don't have to do it on your own, pile 3, even though you do have Sagittarius here, which tend to be loners and they like to do things on their own and to achieve their own goals. I think right now is a time where you could try and allow other people in to provide some positive insight. But let's get some further messages for you, pile 3, from the Moonology cards. Spirit, can we get some further messages, please, for pile number 3, who are hopefully learning to commit to something, to work hard on something, and to put their doubts aside. It's a good message for me, actually, right now. This is some insight that I probably should take on for myself. Any further messages, please, Spirit, for pile number 3? Oop, there's one. There's 2. No, that's nice. You have a new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Beautiful. Okay. And the full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Right. Well, potentially it's pride too. Leo are probably the most confident of the zodiac. There's lots of fire energy here also, along with lots of air energy. Fire and air. Fire and air can be a troubling combination that can lead to bushfires. Things can really like get out of control really, really quickly is what I'm seeing. I just am getting a message here that maybe you have a tendency sometimes to allow your mind to race is what I'm seeing, pile 3, and it can sometimes be to a detriment and be to your downfall. I'm not saying that maybe you're a boastful or prideful person, but I just think maybe sometimes you can allow yourself to make excuses to not do things that I think maybe you know you need to do. And this could be I don't mean to make it a harsh message, but I'm just seeing what I see. But what you do have the New Moon in Libra here, which is a really positive card, right? A new romantic cycle begins. So if you make the changes now and you really dedicate yourself to the things that you know you need to work on, and don't take any shortcuts, really commit on a certain path and be consistent with that path, good things are coming your way. If you're in a relationship and it's been hard recently, you've been through a bit of a rough phase, and now is the time to work on that relationship and to try and work through any challenges with your partner. You might even benefit from seeing like a marriage counselor to accept challenges and to gain wisdom from other people that will have some higher understandings and some wisdom to impart. If you're going through some hardships with your study, just ask for help. Maybe go see a guidance counselor. Sit down and work through the study slowly but surely. Ask your friends and colleagues for some assistance with work problems. It's time for you to reach out and to know that if you don't let pride get in your way, in the sense that you don't ask for help, if you ask for help and reach out, then good things are going to come your way. And I really think that by the end of November, you're going to see so much success and be so proud of what you've managed to overcome. So this is a positive reading in the sense that like this month is really all about like getting the balance, getting harmony back in your life, right? With the number 6 here too, getting harmony back in your life and actually overcoming any personal challenges, and showing that hard work, commitment, and dedication can actually like reap the rewards that you're after. Beautiful. You've got a lot of passion and desire is what I'm seeing too with these cards, pile 3. Sometimes I think maybe just allow that to be a motivator for you, instead of letting it get to the point where it's frustration and it takes control in a negative way. I just think allow that intense desire to really push you forward and to make sure that you achieve the things that you want this month. And amazing things will happen by the end of the month. Beautiful reading for you, pile 3. Let's get a close-up message for you from the universe as your back deck. Spirit, can we please get a close-up message for pile number 3, who are turning things around this month and bringing harmony back into their life, I think. Maybe having a good break at the end of your exams with the new romantic cycle beginning there. Or potentially it's time for a holiday after a long, stressful time at work, pile 3. Allowing yourself to enjoy the rewards of all of your hard work in a way. There's your card there. In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards right-minded thinking and energy of love. That's really beautiful, and it really goes well with the message received earlier. I just think sometimes you can doubt yourself and to allow your mind to race. This is about getting into that right mind and not letting those thoughts to dictate, cutting them off and just saying, you know what, no, I'm not holding back. I am powerful. I have a lot of motivation, and I'm going to achieve the things that I want. I'm not letting my negative thinking to bring me down anymore. You've got the power, pile 3, and make it happen. That's all I have for you. I hope that resonated with you, even though I know it wasn't necessarily the easiest reading to hear. But if it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.